Hello everyone, welcome to Lights Camera Conversation. Today we're talking about all films 1980s. Back to the Future Part 2 is so much better than Part 1.
No way. Absolutely not.
Back to the Future Part 2, the story goes all over the place. They travel to 1955, they go to 2015, alternate version of that. They go back and forth, they have to fix things. It's not all just set in one place. They have to repeat things from the first one. It's very clever.
I think Back to the Future 2 is a brilliant film. I'm not taking that away. But obviously, the original Back to the Future, it sets the scene, doesn't it? It's the original story. It's how 2 was able to happen. So, in my eyes, the original is the best.
In the past week, I've watched all 3 of them.
Oh, well done.
Yes. Not in one sitting, because I've a busy life, so I've to watch like sometimes 10, 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
But I have got through it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not important. I say like one, there's like, there are bits of it are really good that I remember. And other bits I'm like, oh, this is a bit dull.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which bits? Which bits do you think are dull?
I know there's a lot of setting up with his parents and when he first goes back to 1955.
Yes.
And all that. It's just, and there's a lot. Doc doesn't do too much because he's not really needed.
No.
You feel more of a side person, but in 2, they seem more of a duo.
Yes.
To me,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
more involved. But in 2, yes, there's lots of really clever stuff, especially at the end, which in a way Avengers Endgame did, where they had to go back in time and avoid their previous selves.
Yes.
So having to refilm all of that was very clever. I liked all that sort of side of it.
Yeah, it's very clever. I really enjoyed with the first one where he goes back and meets his parents, the bit where Marty's sat in the diner and Biff walks in and starts a fight with his dad, and then he realizes who it is. I just find it really funny. And when he meets his mum for the first time as well, when he comes round thinking he's just had a bad dream and she's sat there in the bedroom. Yeah, I think it's really funny.
Just in all the films, like all the things that go wrong is their own doing. They create all these issues and stuff to have to try and fix. The town square, the main part of that's also exactly the same town square they use for Gremlins.
Is it
they just
really?
added lots of snow, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Where Billy kind of runs across and in a scene in Gremlins, yeah.
Oh, right.
Because actually a set at Universal Studios. You can go on the tour there and use that. So when I went to LA, I remember driving out going, oh yeah, this is... And they remember the tour, they said, oh, it's Back to the Future and Gremlins. I was like, oh yeah, it is. We're here. We're driving around the place. Oh,
another iconic 80s movie, actually, Gremlins.
Yes. Which was, when I was younger, terrifying.
I agree.
The horror.
Yeah.
And you watch it now, it's like, this is a crazy comedy.
There are a few films, actually, from the 80s that I absolutely loved as a child, but there were bits that were really genuinely scary as well. Ghostbusters was one.
The Lady in the Library.
The Lady in the Library at the beginning. That used to absolutely petrify me. And also the bit where, I forgot her name, Sigourney Weaver's character.
The armchair.
Yes, where she's in a flat and then the eggs start sort of, cooking on the thing and popping and then it comes out. Yeah.
And then she ends up on the armchair and loads of
and all that
dog arms, whatever.
Yeah. That was scary as a child watching that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the Lady in the Library, that's a bit always literally had to just knew exactly when it was coming and
yes.
just
Yeah. Block that bit out.
Yeah, that's it. What other 80s stuff can I think of that was really scary? I think I mentioned it before on a podcast that I watched Aliens when I was like 11.
Yeah.
1986.
Yeah.
That was.
An amazing film.
And I was probably like 11 or 12.
Yes.
That's like a very hardcore 18.
I would probably still find that scary watching that now. But then I am a bit of a wuss, so.
So we've already talked about Back to the Future. You say, is that like the big rewatch film? I think rewatch the most.
Yeah, I've probably seen that film a million times, and it's one that I would never ever get sick of either. I just wouldn't, I love it every single time I watch it. It doesn't bore me in the slightest. I think it's brilliant. I think the characters are brilliant. It's got really funny bits in it. Great soundtrack as well. I just love everything about it. What about you? What's your rewatch film?
I think films from the 80s that I've rewatched the most are probably Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, yeah.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
It's not 80 technically. Yes, it is 80s.
Oh, okay.
Return of the Jedi, and Blade Runner.
Right.
Blade Runner was one of those films that when it came out, was what's classed as a box office bomb. Hardly took any money. No one really got it. But ever since, it's become a real cult film. Obviously, had a sequel about 9 years ago, which had Ryan Gosling, which is I love as well. Watched that so many times.
I'm going to admit something here. I've not actually seen Blade Runner. There's a few iconic 80s films that I've just never seen. Die Hard is another one that I've never seen.
Excuse me.
I know. Every year at Christmas, when people have the debate about whether it's a Christmas film or not, I just think, well, I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
What your homework is then.
I know.
Between now and then for
Absolutely.
next time.
I'll tell you, another film that I would watch over and over again, not get sick of, is Ghostbusters. The first one.
Okay, yes.
Absolutely brilliant. Again, really good kind of strong characters, music from it as well, mixture of comedy and supernatural. I think it's awesome. Love it.
So in addition to the ones I've just said, a film that I've had at a VHS. I got a DVD and I got a Blu-ray, Transformers the movie, animated one.
Oh, right.
Just absolutely loved that.
Not seen it.
I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
I let Ryan borrow it recently and he gave it back to me the other day. I love that. The music in it is lots of real 80s rock in it. It's by Stan Bush. You should check out the soundtrack.
Oh, will do.
But it's quite controversial at the time. I don't know if these character names would mean anything to you, but quite close to the start of the film, like the main character, Optimus Prime, just gets killed. And he's been in all the
I know
series
who Optimus
up to
Prime
it. Yeah,
is.
the main dies.
Oh.
And they kind of have to regroup and almost find another leader with something called the Matrix of leadership.
Okay.
And ends up being Hot Rod, who's one of my favourite ones. And then he becomes Rodimus Prime. And there's a great moment at the end where he can open the Matrix.
Oh, wow.
To fight Galvatron, I believe, and Unicron. So good.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay, yeah,
I don't know if it's really my
it.
kind of thing, but you never know. Yeah.
Other 80s films I used to rewatch all the time, which I find weird now, is E.T. Used to love it.
Oh,
but now
amazing.
I look at him and I'm just like, he's really weird to look at and I don't like looking at him.
Yeah.
And it was always really disturbing as well, especially when he became ill. And
yes, that was the bit that always used to be
if you close your eyes, you
awful.
can remember him just laying in that river and just going a bit white. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
You're like,
yeah. That was another film that obviously, like, there were bits of it as a child watching it. Like, it was quite scary at times, and but yeah, just incredible, original for its time. Just fantastic film.
Stranger Things, obviously set in the 80s, takes a lot of inspiration and reference from a lot of 80s films and TV in particular. So when you watch Stranger Things, do you notice and think of all those?
Oh,
especially like with the latest series of I think it was a series, season 4. It seems very Nightmare on Elm Street, where everyone kind of in their mind and their dreams gets taken. Obviously there's lots of music. What else? Lots of Spielberg references, like Kids on Bikes is very E.T.
Yeah, absolutely.
Goonies.
I think there are a lot of parallels that you can draw between the characters in Stranger Things and the characters in sort of really big 80s movies. So, for example, there's a big similarity, I think, between Eleven and the character E.T. You know, it's somebody that's got... No, bear with me.
I'm listening.
It's because the supernatural powers, it's the children that are kind of that form the friendship and trying to protect this person, or E.T. or 11, you know, they're kind of working against all the government kind of people that are out to get them. Again, it's a very similar thing with E.T. and Stranger Things. I don't know, I think so anyway.
Yeah, and in season 3, works all the Russians underneath the mall.
Yes.
There's the guy's basically the Terminator.
Yes.
That kind of always after Hopper, and he has lots of fights with him. That's very Terminator-like.
Yes, yeah.
Remember him as like obviously very much cast to get someone a bit of a lookalike, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
So Stranger Things obviously uses a lot of iconic 80s songs. Purple Rain, Prince, most recent one.
Oh, yeah.
That I always hear someone in the office singing over and over, Byron.
Which I then pick up and start, singing as well.
You got Kate Bush, obviously, previous season.
Yes.
That's heavens featurely throughout a lot of the episodes. And even in the later series as well, it kept coming back throughout it.
There's an obvious parallel as well between like the children on bikes that's featured in E.T. and in the Goonies. Like as a,
I've not seen Goonies.
Oh, have you not seen the Goonies?
No.
Oh my
I know of
goodness. Oh, you have to watch it. It's so good.
Oh, yeah, everyone else talks about it.
Yeah.
When I think of Goonies, all I think of is the reference that in Jurassic Park, some characters are wearing the same shirts as someone in the Goonies.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, it's been a lot of years since I've seen the Goonies. But again, it's one of those things that you kind of think back to childhood and you watched it over and over as a kid.
So if you take the 80s as like a catalogue, we'll say, of films, and you compared it to other decades, do you think it ranks up there as like number one?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If you actually look at like films that were made in the 80s, in every single year, there are so many brilliant, brilliant films.
I would also rank the 80s as like the number one if saying decades, and I'd probably put the 90s as just under it.
Yeah.
But then when I think to like noughties and the 2010s, even now, or even like 60s, 70s, like doesn't seem that many films or memorable bits that stand out. I don't know if it's because it's more recent. It doesn't really hit so hard as like nostalgia of it.
Yeah.
Because we associate films when you're more growing up and you rewatch over and over. Some sort of comfort, safety thing, and it's familiar and it feels good watching it. And because you know the story and the characters and what's going to happen, the music means something to you.
Yeah.
Where if you take a film maybe from the last 10 years, you maybe have seen it once and it doesn't really mean so much to you.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Whether it's the nostalgia thing is similar to a toy, a soft toy or something that you've kept for a long time and it actually means something to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. Yeah, you kind of, some films just take you back, don't they? I remember being given the video of Ghostbusters for my birthday, and I can remember very clearly like getting that as a present and just being so excited about it, and then like me and my sisters just rewatching it over and over. And it does, like certain films just take you back to childhood and like really good memories, as you say, that kind of comfort thing.
So people who don't know what a video is,
Oh,
it's a VHS, which is a
VHS.
physical thing
Yes.
that had tape in it.
Yeah.
You had to put it in a machine and press play, and when it got to the end, you had to press rewind, and it would just grinding sound for like a minute,
Yeah.
and it would stop itself and get
That's
it to it.
it.
And the more you played it, the worse quality got. And it would have these little fuzzy black and white bits that would appear on it,
Yeah.
or at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, we're showing our age now.
Yes. How would you feel if Back to the Future got remade?
Oh no, I wouldn't like that at all.
But they've done that with Ghostbusters, and it upset a lot of people. They've made more like, obviously one of all the female team,
which I loved. I have to say, loads of people hated it. I thought it was so funny. I thought it was really good. It was a really refreshing take on the film. And then obviously the one since then I've really enjoyed as well. The only one of the Ghostbusters series that I didn't particularly like was Ghostbusters 2,
right, yes.
which still had obviously kind of the same characters, still had Rick Moranis in it as well, and but it just that's the only one of the whole series I wasn't keen on. But going back to what you are saying, Back to the Future remake, absolutely not. Everything about the original, that I don't think you can better it. I really don't. Like, and the characters, the actors that play, obviously Michael J. Fox playing Marty, and what's the name of the man that plays
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher
Doc,
Lloyd, yeah, as Doc. I think they're so iconic in those roles. When you think of Michael J. Fox, I think most people would think of him as Marty McFly. I would anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think it could be remade any better. What do you think?
I just thought, for whatever reason, it's not been touched so far. But if I look at this list of things we already talked about, these franchises have been loads more sequels. They've had legacy sequels where they've got new cast and old cast and kind of had retold the original story but in a slightly different way. It's been done with Ghostbusters, like Afterlife, Star Wars, like Force Awakens, where they kind of mash both together. There's a list here of like Ghostbusters have done it, Terminator keep doing more and more.
Yeah.
Some with Schwarzenegger, some with not. There's been many Die Hard films, Aliens, Blade Runner's been another one. Obviously Indiana Jones as well, but it's obviously been Harrison Ford as in
Yes.
King of the Crystal Skull, no way is good. Dial of Destiny, like what was that?
Yeah.
So even though he's still in it, no way as good as what originals were.
Yeah. I think that's what's really good actually about the 80s just generally, like the 80s sort of films. loads of the films were original, weren't they? They were original stories, and kind of groundbreaking films. Obviously, kind of in the last sort of couple of decades, you do get a lot of sort of remakes and I don't know, sort of sequels. But I think the 80s was the bedrock of all the original brilliant movies. Like you say, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, and yeah.
I was just thinking, if don't do it, but if there was another Back to the Future and it kind of retold the same story, then it would kind of go back to 1996.
Oh my
How's
goodness!
that?
Yeah, that's
Fake
just
feels.
yeah. No, that
Rather than go to 1996.
that makes me feel old, David.
Sorry.
To be honest. Yeah, that I don't. Yeah, I don't know how that would. I don't know how that would work.
I know. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good 80s chat. Until next time.
Until next time, David.